Okay, this video was just previously finished about the parachute abundance and is it going into a black hole. But right now, I'm here we need to learn how to use the black hole because it can be a thing that is propelling us into a future that we're unaware of. So if we learn to use the black hole in a way that is not going to run us dry, think of the black hole as it can be this like rock bottom that people experience, right? I don't know, so many things happen in life and it feels so heavy that you just get to this breaking point. This is how you use the black hole because it shouldn't have to take for you to get to the breaking point to feel like you have to do something different. It's the awareness that I spoke about in a previous video that brings us to be able to transmute the black hole because there can be so many good things on the other side. Maybe going through it helps us create a whole new parachute. See, with all these different points that we wouldn't have known before because we're so in whatever this is. Because if we're pouring so much energy into something, it is creating a kind of portal to things that are not feeling good. It's not going to feel aligned because it's not really for us. But there is a way to use it and that's not going to feel so heavy. How do we step into it? So we step into it by riding the wave. Riding this beam of this is you. Whatever this black hole is, you kind of have to just fall into it, into the void, and just close your eyes. Figure out, what is this trying to show me? The tear in my parachute, the black hole where I'm pouring my energy into these things that don't matter. Fall into it and just see what comes of it. Because if it's something that's been feeling really resistant for you, it's going to continue feeling resistant. But if you keep resisting the resistance, then this is where you're unable to fully allow it to encapsulate you, which can be scary. It's kind of like that light beam I spoke about in my previous drawing. This light beam, it can feel scary, but it also is going to be something that if you just allow it to, you ride it, then it's only going to bring good things. So if you're resisting it, usually this will look like you're kind of up here and you're scared. You're not looking down. You're not paying attention. This is what this message is really about. So the abundance is you paying attention to what is for you. So if you're just up here, you're avoiding it. You're being avoidant. This is not the time to be avoidant. Unfortunately, even if it's scary, you have to drop into it because that's the only way you can come out of it or come out on the other side or a different side that you did not know was possible. So anyway, I was talking about the resistance, and if you're resisting, it's actually going to dwindle down for you. This is like a graph, dwindle down. But if you're resisting, and then all of a sudden you think, hey, wait a second, what happened? What is this trying to show me? It can send you in this upward trajectory that is unfathomable. It may not feel like it because this could actually feel like you're in the negative, and maybe you are, but that's because you're not allowing the whole to show you what it needs to show you. Think of it as something that is pushing you to face your issues, to face whatever's happened. Just that's what it's trying to show you. And I said about patching it up, and that's also true. You can do it. It's like a way of also able fixing it if you're just paying attention if the hole is small. But if the hole is at a point where it's so big that you can't actually do anything about it, all you can do is start over. That's this breaking point. That's this where people say they've had like a break or whatever and they had to build from the ground up. This is that point. So you can use it at any point in time, even if the hole is small. What is this trying to show me? Where is my energy leaking? Where is the things that are meant for me not able to find me because of this hole that's sucking away all my energy? But this is very personal, and it's up to you to sit with yourself and do the work to see where it's leading you. And if you want to, do something about it. Because this makes your parachute, it's not just like 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional. It's there's so many layers as well to it. So it's things that can stack up and it makes this beautiful pattern of life. And this is the thing, it's not just one thing, is it? Life, if it was just one thing, it'd be a bit boring. It'd be a bit boring, and it wouldn't really make us feel fulfilled or anything to really make sense. And as I said, things are shifting. This is not how things used to work, but it is now. And it's building these many layers of you, many layers of your life, and not concentrating on this one thing that actually, even though it may feel good, it may be sucking all your energy because you're not being open to other layers. Think of it like a nice cake. When you know the ones that you cut into and it has all these different layers. That's what your life should kind of feel like. There's just many different avenues you can take, and you can see how they all work together. It's not just one thing that's you. Because this is how also people get stuck in how they are themselves. Because if you lose this one thing, then you basically feel like you're not valid. You feel like you're not a person. You feel like, who am I? And you feel lost. But this message is to let you know that you're never lost. This is all about discovering, and no one knows this right off the bat. Some people do, actually. Let me take that back. Some people do know right off the bat, but not many people, because it's been a very interesting time, and there's been things that have been keeping us feel tethered to how we experience things, and this is loosening, so we're able to just experience more and more. So it's not going to be this like, this is me, this is who I am, and not feeling able to expand beyond this. Because if this connection goes, you know, you've got many other layers of your cake that keep you going. But the whole is there to show you something. The rip is to show you something. So how do you do this? How do you connect to it? You spend time. I know people don't really like to hear this, but you just have to spend time thinking about it. Even just ask, what is this trying to show me? Because things are always in motion. Things are always flowing. This way, up, down, whichever way, it's always flowing. But it's always part of the same, let's say, canvas, if you will. It's all flowing through. But if one area is weak, then it's not going to be able to flow as well as it can do, if that makes sense. So be aware of what is making things flow through and where the stagnation is. Because it's when we're able to be in many different facets of understanding that there's many just different, let's say, like checkpoints. Even though it's not fully like this, it's more just being able to go through the different experiences that you can have. This is what makes things flow. If we're stuck here, and if this gets cut off, say if you're like, oh, all I do is this one thing, this academic stuff, this is what I'm in for, this is me, blah, 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 which is great. But there's also many layers within it, within the layers, right? So if, say, you're working at a school and you lose your job as that academic, that's when you're like, whoa, I don't know who I am. But then it's time to jump. It's time to ride this little, what should we call it? Like a comet, a wave, this thing that feels terrifying. Because through the other side of it is where you're able to just see clearer, because there's nothing clouding you now. You're in the, what can be worse than being in here? It's not even worse. You have to think of an expansive way. You have to think of what, what else can I experience? If you have the courage to be able to go into these deepest layers of you, and you come out on the other side, you will be so open, and you'll be able to see more in terms of being able to understand what is for you and what connects to you and what doesn't. What is bringing you energy, building you up. This is like light, happy energy flow, and what's making you feel dense and heavy. Because you've been through it. You've been through it, so you know what this is. And you, as I said, it doesn't have to get to this point, but if it is, just jump into it. Even if the hole is small, jump into it and see what it's trying to show you. Because it may be like, oh, wait a second. No, I really hated doing that task today. And then then you can go to make steps to stop doing that task. Maybe you can switch around how you flow your day in ways that make you feel more you in this light, creative, expansive space. And don't feel like you have to attach to something so strongly, because there's so much for you here. But you have to believe it, and you have to have this understanding that it's not always going to be smooth sailing, and that's okay. It's not always going to be smooth sailing, but what can you learn from the unsmoothness, if you will? And how can you smooth it out? You just listen to it, and then you adapt based on what you find, instead of just keep on doing the same thing over and 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 understanding why it's not working. Reflect. This is an important piece of life that we're able to do as people. We're able to do this. Don't be so distracted that you feel like you can't.